Excuse me if I still sound a little croaky. My voice hasn't quite recovered from the chest infection yet. I feel pretty good though. Hello my friends and welcome to another tarot lesson. And this week we are returning to a format that I haven't done in a while. In this month's lesson we're going to be looking at some card combinations for when you need to stop. These combinations can tell us when we need to stop in all facets of our lives, physical, mental, emotional, etc, etc. I didn't want to limit this to a single health or behavioural video because where's the fun in that?
You can put a link in it if you want.
I would be happy to do a video on specific health related things if y'all were interested in that though. Comment or message me if this is something that you would actually be interested in seeing. Anyway, let's get started. Let's start with one of the most iconic stop cards. The Ten of Wands. The amount of times that I have gotten this in a reading and then immediately gotten sick or injured is too many to count. The Ten of Wands represents the final hurdle of a task, especially a task in which you have to take a lot of responsibility. This card specifically warns that you need to make sure that you're not carrying more than you're capable of, and that you need to plan rest after difficult tasks. When reversed, it proves that you are carrying too much, and that working harder won't necessarily make this better. The Ten of Wands specifically tells us that we need to stop in the sense that we need to put the responsibility down and go do something else for a bit. Its combinations usually point out what needs to be put down, or what you need to stop doing in order to rest well. Something like the Four of Pentacles or Cups might indicate that you need to let go of some things that you're holding on to. Things that no longer serve, whether that be a job that doesn't pay you enough, or resentment towards someone that you haven't resolved. Cards like the Seven or Ten of Swords suggest that you might need to quit the hustle that you've been doing because it doesn't really align with your values. You might have been a rise and grinder before, but you are definitely not one now. The only exception I can see for this is possibly the Nine of Cups, or the World, which suggests that you don't have to do the work for too much longer in order to get the result that you want. All you have to do is see the project through to its conclusion, but you have to rest afterwards. Make time to rest when you're done. Me talking to me. Let's move on to the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords represents a need for rest and relaxation, especially for those that have been working themselves very hard in a mental capacity. A lot of people, including myself, generally get this card as a precursor to the Ten of Wands. So think of the Four of Swords as a soft warning to the harder warning of the Ten of Wands. This can cover a lot of different things, so it's important to know what suit the cards that you are getting in combination with this are in, and whether or not it's a major arcana card. Suit cards, like the Five or the Seven of Wands, indicate that you have been fighting the good fight, and now it's time to take a rest and do something for yourself instead of for others. You don't have to be defending the cause all of the time. On the flip side, cards like the Eight of Swords or the Five of Cups suggest that you've been fighting yourself too much, and that you need to remember that it's okay to have emotions, even if you don't like them very much. You need to take a break from fighting yourself and just exist for a while. Major arcana cards, like the Magician, the Star, and Temperance, can indicate that you're pouring too much energy into one thing, generally something that isn't yourself, and that you need to pull back into yourself a little bit to recover. These cards generally suggest that you need to keep some of your creative energy for yourself, so things like writer's block, creative plateaus, and a general lack of imagination are pretty common with these combinations. Beware the day when you get the Four of Swords with the Ten of Wands though, because these are the first signs of burnout. Like a warning sign in bright, bold red lettering. You know what, we're putting an electrolyte tab in this, because plain water is boring. I got a new one today, it's in pink grapefruit. Ooh, baby, triple. I'll leave that to do what it's doing. Next on the list is the Devil. The Devil is a sign to stop, but not necessarily because you're doing too much of something, but rather you are one step away from doing something you shouldn't. The Devil represents temptation and the allure of self-destruction. Basically doing things that harm you but feel good at the time. When it's combined with something like the Five of Cups or Pentacles, it usually means that you're focusing too much on the negatives, and that you need to turn your attention to better things, and usually better people, before you succumb to depression and negative outlook. Cards like the Six of Wands, the Seven of Swords, or even the Nine of Cups can suggest you might be getting a bit big-headed, and that you need to humble yourself before you get yourself into trouble. To be more specific about it, the Six of Wands can indicate chasing praise, and trying to receive accolades for the sake of soothing insecurity. The Seven of Swords can represent having fun playing or manipulating people, and the Nine of Cups can represent relishing your success where others might have failed. Lastly, for the Devil, any connection to relationships, so the Lovers, the Two of Cups, and even the Ten of Cups, can indicate that the behaviors in these relationships are at the very top of a slippery slope, and at the bottom of that slippery slope is an unhealthy or toxic relationship. You are being warned to stop while things are good, and either end these connections or change your behavior before it's too late. Okay, last one. The Five of Pentacles. The last card that I want to mention in this video is specifically the Five of Pentacles, which definitely does similar things to the Ten of Wands, but has the added bonus of pointing out that not resting makes you sick. Can you tell I also get this one a lot? Yeah, I'm a menace to society. The Five of Pentacles not only represents a difficulty within the body, and stable things like your health or finances, but also feeling like things are bad and that you're not being supported by others. The feelings of abandonment and isolation are more prevalent than the reality of being alone though, which acts as a reminder that you aren't alone, you're just having a hard time asking for help. Similar to the other cards on this list, the combination cards with this might give an indication of what you need to stop doing and potentially what kind of illnesses you will be susceptible to if you don't stop. Pentacle cards like the Two or Four of Pentacles, for instance, might suggest a physical illness like exhaustion colds or the flu. Occasionally this might suggest injuries as well, though I have noted from my personal experience that Wands tend to be more representative of injury. The 5 and 7 of Wands are pretty common for injury, but you know what? I'll even add the 8 of Wands to this, which mainly suggests that you're going too fast and that you need to maintain a good pace when working towards your goals. Cups are likely to represent difficult emotional struggles, especially relationships where there are a lot of arguments or interactions leave you exhausted. The extra exertion on top of your other responsibilities in your life stress your immune system, so it's important to acknowledge this when going through emotional stresses. Swords will show you that mental illness might be creeping in if you don't rectify things, with the 3 of Swords representing something like depression, the 8 and 9 of Swords representing anxiety and paranoia, and the 2, 5, and 7 of Swords representing a variety of other mental illness symptoms, like splitting or black and white thinking, mental exhaustion or defeat, and destructive behaviours, both towards yourself and others. Major Arcana cards in this instance will likely show the cause of the problem and not the symptoms associated with it, so keep this in mind when you see this in a spread. Okay, that's more than enough for one video, I feel. Just know that I made this video purely off of my own experience, and I have had all of these in readings before. It's not fun, and I do not want you to suffer how I have suffered, okay? Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that it helps you along your tarot journey. I hope to see you again soon, but until then, stay blessed, my friend.